Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the worst 6 brawlers currently inside of Brawl Stars. So the 10 new gadgets have been into the game for just over a week now, like all of them all together. The meta has finally kind of settled a little bit, so we're looking at the worst brawlers inside of this new meta. Might also do a tier list in the coming week or so, and also an updated Power League guide. So let me know down in the comment section below which one of those you want to see first, and I'll get that out as soon as possible. Also, make sure you're using the credit code in the shop. That'd be greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's jump into the bottom 6 brawlers. Alright guys, so jumping into the 6th worst brawler currently in the new meta, it is unfortunately Daryl. A lot of you guys might disagree with me on this one, because Daryl for most part does seem quite balanced, but I'm trying to base this more so off competitive, what I've been seeing in scrims, what I've been seeing on Power League, etc, etc, and I just never ever see Daryl, unfortunately. I do love Daryl. You guys probably know he's one of my favorite brawlers to play, but as I said, I just never see him anymore. It's really unfortunate. It's always a use for like another tank or whatever else, and I just think with the tank changes, every other tank just near enough serves a better purpose than him. He obviously has a bit of usage inside of Heist and a little bit inside of Brawl. You can obviously still get some nice plays with him. I think the meta is pretty balanced right now. Like, there's a lot of different brawlers you can use in a lot of different game modes, so that is good. So I reckon you can still have a decent chance of pushing him inside of lava, but as I said, in terms of competitive, he just gets no love whatsoever. I've only really seen him used on Bounty on maps like Dry Season and Canal Grande, where people go like triple aggro, which he can be used really well with his super. But I think Daryl just definitely needs some form of love, whether it just be a little bit more HP or something like that. It just, unfortunately, is just going down and down in the meta rankings. So he's going to be the 6th worst brawler currently inside of a game. Let's hop into number 5. Alright guys, so jumping into the 5th worst brawler currently inside of the game, it is going to be Jackie. So again, just like the just like Daryl, really, Jackie hasn't really shown any love with the recent balance changes. If anything, she's gotten a lot worse, especially since her star power kind of got nerfs as well. It's only 5%, but I just think right now she just basically serves zero purpose in the meta. She's not good really anywhere right now. I don't think I've seen her in such a long time. I think the only reason people bring her out at the moment is that because Buzz is quite a popular choice in competitive, so Jackie's like a really hard counter in that case. Other than that, she's basically completely useless. Yeah, she just gets destroyed. Basically, I just see her as a super feeder. Like, the majority of the time, you're not going to be in a good position to take people down. Just doesn't seem like you have a lot of HP. Obviously, again, in ladder, it's going to be a different story because the opposition you're facing are a lot easier. But again, just never ever see this brawler in Power League. Never see her in scrims, and it's just a shame, really, because Jackie used to be somewhat viable on a lot of different compositions, especially with a Poco double tank. She used to be one of the better tanks being paired with Poco because you have a gadget. So a lot of times, you know, Poco would gadget you. You could use your gadget. You could close the gap between you and your enemies and just take them down really easily. But right now, she's just basically useless. I just hate using her, and especially in this type of meta. You can just see here, I'm using Counter Crush because I'm kind of banking on facing like an aggro brawler. So I'm going to just absolutely destroy him even more. Hardy Hard Hat just doesn't really have any value at the moment. So yeah, so it's a shame, especially considering that she has like one of the best skins in the game in this Jet Ski Jackie. I just never get to use it. I don't think I've seen this skin ever inside of a scrim. Let's see if we can get these two down. It really can't. So obviously the good brawlers that Jackie going to be good against are the brawlers that actually free shots, but again, it's going to be hard to actually be able to like close the gap there because your HP actually isn't all that much. And of course, with a super change as well, she gets a super back a lot quicker, but what do you use it for? You just seen already like 2 times I try and super the opponent. They always just manage to get outside of the range a lot easier. The super is probably the worst super in the game, right? I can't really think of any other brawlers. There probably is a few brawlers that have worse supers than her, but it's just absolutely useless. Don't really see a point in this. So I'm going to try and make a play here. Don't think I'm going to be able to get into the position to make one. Let's see here. If literally like 2 people target onto me, I'm going to die. Literally in a flash, there's no way I'm going to be able to get a kill. Okay, somehow I get the stew. Colt goes down as well. Fair play to our Mortis. I'm just going to go aggro here, see if we can make a play. Come on, Mortis. Okay, nice. He breaks their ankles. So that's going to be the 5th worst brawler right there. Let's hop to number 4. All right, guys, so jumping into the 4th worst brawler currently inside of Brawl Stars, it is going to be Penny. So Penny, I thought, was secretly underrated like a month or 2 ago, especially with the secret mechanic change. So basically, like, her turret used to scan so much more than before, but they actually changed that in a maintenance probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And then ever since, she's just basically disappeared out of the meta again. Again, I just think her reload speed is just way too slow. She has got an increase in damage since the last balance changes, which is nice, but her reload speed is really slow. A turret takes too long to get. Against skilled players, that turret's just going to get taken down too easily. And she just doesn't win many 1v1 interactions because of that slow reload speed. So yeah, Penny, unfortunately, just not going to be great in this meta. Again, I base this list mainly off like pick rate in terms of scrims, competitive, and she's just a brawler I never ever see. Like, there's a lot of different archetypes, there's a lot of different brawlers you can use inside of this meta, but Penny, for me, just definitely not that type of brawler. So that's going to be the 4th worst brawler currently inside of the game. Let's hop into number 3. Alright guys, so hopping into the 3rd worst brawler currently inside of the game, unfortunately, it is Bo. So again, not really seeing any usage in competitive whatsoever right now. I think if Snake Prairie was in play, then of course he would be used a little bit more, but you just don't ever see him as a mid in gem grab, don't ever see him anywhere right now, which is a shame because I honestly love playing Bo. I don't really like the old gadget meta, which a lot of people probably would like about Bo, where you used to be able to activate him like instantly, you used to be able to get an insane damage. I don't know what this dynamite is doing. He's a worse dynamite than me for sure. Let's try and score. Okay, Barley, no, he's not going to be able to walk that in time. But yeah, as I was saying, like Bo, I used to really have fun with him, especially on like, it used to be meta like lane in Gem 4. It used to be meta in quite a few different gem grab maps as well, and I kind of do like that meta because he is really fun to play. I just love like this shot mechanic. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if I'm just being weird or it's just honestly like a fun brawler to play. But kind of do wish he's going to return to the meta. It's been such a long time. And ever since his totem's been nerfed, I feel like now it's the opportunity, especially in the next set of balance changes, where he can receive some type of buff, right? Because its gadget, I feel like, is still fairly balanced. Maybe we need to nerf it a little bit more because it still gives you like free supers. But other than that, I feel like they need to buff him now. His gadget was the only thing wrong with him. And now that they've nerfed the gadget, they can hopefully give him some loves in some other form. So let's try and get my super here. Barley, he's just going to try and wall that in. That should be a goal right there. I don't know what the dynamite is really doing, but yeah, that's going to be the 3rd worst brawler currently inside of the game. Let's hop into number 2. Alright guys, jumping into the 2nd worst brawler currently inside of the meta, it is going to be Squeak. So Squeak right now, just absolutely terrible in the meta. No more really to say. He's absolutely awful. There's nothing really good about him whatsoever. I mean, the early game mode he's only seen a little bit on. Well, I've never seen him in a scrim, but in terms of if I was to push him on like ladder or even consider him in Power League, it'd have to be Hot Zone. His aerial denial can be a really toxic trait if buffed, but again, just not good at all. So I'm actually using his slow stop power. A lot of people were wondering why I use the slow stop power. It's just mainly because the odd time I'm going to slow someone, I might be able to confirm the kill because it doesn't really matter. 10% like isn't too much really when you think about it, for me anyways. Like, I used to always say that the stop I'm using now is completely useless, but I've seen a little bit of use with it. Like 4 seconds is a long time. At least you're going to be able to confirm the kill, as I said. But yeah, Squeak, absolutely down horrendous right now. He has such a slow reload speed, which of course is just going to make him really not meta, especially with just so many tanks in the game. And just every single brawler is going to be able to beat him in lane, and that's the painful part about him. Let's see if we can walk this in. We're able to do so. We're actually going on my main for this one because we haven't got Squeak at like above 500 trophies on my mini. So if you guys are wondering, I don't play on my main just because I probably will end up tilting with randoms. So I'll try and keep as much as possible to my mini. But yeah, Squeak, awful right now. I've already suggested quite a few balance changes. I'm pretty certain that the win rates have got to be really bad with Squeak, because I just never see him on ladder, and when I do see him on ladder, it just gets absolutely destroyed. People just walk all over him. It's just such an easy brawler to take down. So let's try and get this indeed to bear down. I feel like no ammo again. The other good thing about him as well, I feel like the best thing about him is honestly his HP. Like, a lot of times I'm making plays because of how tanky I am. I can tank a lot of different shots and just get into people's faces and spam like a couple of auto aims. It's going to be pretty decent there. So let's see if we get the meter down. Just 25 seconds left to hold on here somehow with Squeak. I'm playing a lot of 800 trophies as well, so this will be quite a big dub. Primrose has been going in ham though. The gadget as well, I feel like it was going to be such a strong gadget, the fact that you can just snipe across the map, but a lot of the times I really struggle to actually connect as I connect with that brawler. So that's going to be the second worst brawler in the game. Let's hop into the worst brawler. Alright guys, so jumping into the worst brawler currently inside of Brawl Stars. No surprises here, it is Shelly. So Shelly, yeah, it's just not great right now. In competitive, never ever seen. In Power League, never seen. Only used as a troll pick. And yeah, there's just no more to say really. Like, what else can you really say about this brawler? Everyone knows how trash Shelly is. A meme brawler at this point, and it's always, I'll revert to the point, that is because she's a starter brawler. You can't make this brawler too OP because people at the start unlock this brawler, and obviously if she's really OP, then people are probably not going to look to play the game even more, which I completely understand. So as always, I think they should buff her in I don't know, to be honest, because they keep buffing her star powers, right? And it's still not doing anything for her. So what do you think is the right way to go about Shelly? Because of course you can't make her too OP for the starter brawlers, but you kind of still want every single brawler in the game to at least have some competitive viability. But right now she's literally unusable. There's just so many better tank counters. She gets wrecked by every single lane in the game, and even some tanks she gets wrecked by. This Buzz just completely outplayed her. Probably should have used my super there, tried to save it. But yeah, as I was saying, like, there's just other tank counters in the game, and even though she's a tank counter, a lot of times she can still lose her matchup, which is pretty dumb considering like she's only there to beat down the tanks. So hopefully we can score this. Mortis dashing the ball to nowhere. There's no way he's going to be able to score that. That's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, I think the only way you can really use her in competitive is probably with like a Jean. Because Jean has a really good synergy with Shelly. What you can do, you can get the Jean pull, you can obviously super into like pull them into the Shelly, and Shelly will just absolutely destroy them. I feel like that's the only way that is Shelly's going to be somewhat viable in competitive. So hopefully take down this Jean. This Crow's probably going to take us down here. But yeah, never ever seen anymore. I do miss the Shelly meta. I really do. We used to actually play Shelly quite a little bit in competitive. I remember last year we used to even play Shelly on like Super Stadium with Jean. It used to be such a good combo because it would just absolutely destroy tanks. It would destroy anyone. If you hit a Jean pull, especially the old meta used to only take 3 shots to get your Jean pull, you could basically kill anyone in the game. It was so strong. Let's try and capitalize on this slow. Kind of do like the shell shock though. Every single time you super someone, they're slowed for like, I think it's like 4.5 seconds. It's quite a long time. Okay, this Buzz is hitting every single hook right here, but yeah, no more to really say on Shelly. Just completely trash, unusable in this meta. Definitely don't recommend pushing her if you want to have a fun time. If you were to push her, again, always just keep to Brawl. Brawl is your safe bet for most brawlers because there's a lot of different maps where you can just synergize with a lot of different comps. So Crow's going to go down, just to Jean left. We're going to pass this off to Mortis. This should be a free goal. Okay, how does he miss that? How does he miss that? He had so much time to sort that out. Let's see if he passes the ball over to me. I see a gap over to the right. Okay, no, that's going to be it. But yeah, I'm just going to cut this off because it's just boring just sitting in overtime. That's going to be the worst brawler in the game. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll be doing a guide on the Summer Sports Challenge tomorrow, and then probably like a Power League guide or a tier list depending on what you guys want to see. But yeah, it's going to be it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think of my list in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.